All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So Rich Cimini of ESPN just put out a piece where he touched on a bunch of different situations, on stuff that he was hearing regarding the New York Jets at the league meetings, which just wrapped up last week. And I wanted to, put my 2 cents in and kind of do a video on it because there was a lot of different topics. Now, of course, the Aaron Rodgers thing was first and foremost, and nothing new. Right, nothing new. It seems like according to Cimini here, and we've heard this time and time again. I mean, really, with Aaron Rodgers, we've pretty much heard every report under the sun. But it seems that the holdup is it's really focused on what Rodgers is going to be doing in 2024. It's not so much like the draft compensation this season. It's not like a contract holdup. It really seems like, hey, if Rodgers retires, if he doesn't retire, what are the Jets going or not going to get? That seems to be the sticking point, if you will, right, according to Cimini here. So wanted to quickly just brush over that because, again, not a ton of new information there. He did go out and talk a little bit about Odell Beckham, where he said, hey, the New York Jets brass, they weren't shy about it. There's obviously heavy interest in adding Beckham to this team, along with Allen Lazard, along with Miko Hardman, who was added. I mean, this wide receiving core is stacked. With or without Beckham, this wide receiving core is loaded, in my opinion. I'm looking at names, I'm looking at talent, I'm looking at depth, I'm looking at guys that fit what Nathaniel Hackett wants to do offensively. Guys that can hurt you in the deep parts of the game, short passing situations, intermediate, off of play action, guys that you can just dump the football off too quickly, guys that you can send on end arounds. Maybe somebody gets hurt, we have somebody we have other players to fill in. I mean, this wide receiving room, I feel amazing about. I feel absolutely incredible about. But Cimini did confirm that Beckham is kind of seeking that $15 million annually. I'm not denying Beckham's talent, but I gotta be honest, $15 million for $15 mil for OBJ right now for me is just too high. Look, if the Jets get him and they sign him to, a multi-year contract where he's getting paid, $15 million, I'm not going to be up in arms and freak out and say, what are we doing? We just ruined everything. Not at all. Like, obviously I'm going to be excited, but I just feel like 15 mil is just a little much. And then Cimini went on to say that, hey, he thinks that he could be getting maybe 10 to 12 mil, might not get exactly what he's seeking, because at the end of the day, he is coming off an injury. He is coming off a season where he didn't play, right? So he missed an entire year. He's battled injury throughout the course of his career, and there are some question marks about Beckham actually being like a true number one wide receiver at this point in his career. A lot of people think he could be a really serviceable number two, but not that top end Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams type of player, which I kind of agree with. But in any case, you add Beckham to this wide receiving core, it has to be one of the best cores in the entire National Football League. But I do want to pump the brakes a little bit because I really want to focus on the offensive line, right? If we are acquiring Aaron Rodgers, I've said this in a couple videos, I feel like I sound like a broken record, so I apologize if I do sound annoying here, but we gotta load this thing up, right? We have to build this offensive line and protect Aaron Rodgers, get guys in the building that can open up holes in the running game, which leads me to Cimini's next point, which is about former Titans center Ben Jones. He said that the Jets are interested, and it seems like Ben Jones is the Jets' first number one choice. And if they fail to land Ben, right, and this is a guy who's worked with Keith Carter, he's worked with Todd Downing before in Tennessee, just a mainstay for that Tennessee Titans offensive line, a complete anchor up until last year where he did deal with some concussion issues. But outside of last season, I mean, this guy's been rock solid for Tennessee's O-line. Running, run blocking, pass protection, it's all there. Toughness, durability, reliability, checks all the boxes. It seems like he's the number one option. If the Jets miss out on him, Cimini did say that the plan B here is to pivot back to Connor McGovern. And free agency hasn't really gone in McGovern's favor. And, personally, I'm looking at both centers. I think they would be, I'd be more than happy with either guy Whether it's bringing Jones in to, you know, he's that familiar face with the coaching staff, or bringing back Connor McGovern, because, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say McGovern is elite. He's not one of the best or top centers in football, but he's definitely playable. Like, I feel okay. You know, I'm not looking at McGovern as a complete liability out there, you know, when he is starting. So, interesting point with center. Then we look at Miko Hardman, and he said something it really caught my attention. It was kind of like what sparked this video. He said that the Jets offered Miko Hardman more of really a bigger role, right, with the team. Not a gadget guy, not somebody who you're just going to throw screens to. You're not just going to send him on end arounds or, you know, different goal line situations. Of course, he will probably, you know, still be used in that way, but he's going to have a bigger role within the offense. More, you know, there's just more potential with him as an overall wide receiver, an overall NFL player with the New York Jets as opposed to the Chiefs. And I don't. It just got me excited, you know, the possibility of adding Rodgers, knowing that Garrett Wilson's going to be here, knowing that we just brought in Alan Lazard, knowing that we have all the Beckham rumors, and to think that the Jets have a really solid plan in place for Hardman, a guy who I loved back in college, a guy who, you know, I thought he was really going to explode with the Chiefs, right? Become like this awesome, like, fantasy player. Everybody would be like obsessed with him, highlight types of plays, Mahomes extending plays deep down the field, like deep shots. Granted, that's what Miko did, but I thought he was just going to be unbelievable at the next level. Like, I thought that was a perfect fit when he was initially drafted. But the thought about him now with the New York Jets, granted, it's only a 1-year contract, which is a little unfortunate. But hey, man, like if Hardman has an expanded role and he lives up to the hype here, I just cannot wait to see what this Jets offense can do next season. Because, look, we all know this. At the end of the day, the Jets offense was the reason why they lost a bunch of games. It wasn't because of the defense. Yeah, of course, special teams had their blunders for sure. And of course, there were penalties and, you know, coaching mistakes. But we crunched the numbers, right? We look at the statistics. The offense was, both in the running game and in the pass game, the production was not there to be a successful, you know, playoff offense. It just was not there. You can't be a successful team with the offense looking that poor. So I'm excited about the future. I really, really am. And I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Figured I'd do a quick little video on it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.